Eating and talking at the same time, this was not a good idea. I would be a terrible mukbanger. I'm just gonna take a quick break from this video, give you guys a mini lounge haul. I've worked with lounge so many times in the past. I know a lot of you guys love them too, so I'm so excited to show you some of the bits I picked out today. A huge thank you to Lounge for sponsoring this part of the video. So to celebrate Lounge's 6th birthday, they're holding a cheeky wee sale. I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit about it before I show you the gorgeous pieces. Their big sale is going to launch on the 21st of March at 7 p.m. GMT time. There are going to be site-wide discounts. A couple features that Lounge have that I absolutely love is their WhatsApp and live chat. It's available 7 days a week for instant responses to your queries. They also have a fitting room feature, which I think is so smart. Finding the right bra size is actually something I've struggled quite with. Also because our boobs are constantly changing, so even if I got measured like a year ago, they change, they grow, they shrink, it's all normal. So Lounge do have a step-by-step guide available on their website to ensure that you are shopping the right sizes and styles tailored to you. If you do wish to shop any of these pieces or you want to go have a wee browse, I will have my specific link in the description bar. I'm just going to kick things off with my favorite. Let me say off the bat, because I've worked with Lounge quite a few times in the past, I've been privileged enough to be able to try a lot of their different styles, and so I know like balcony style bras are one of my favorites. I think this is one of their newer pieces, and their Grace balcony set. So I obviously have the gorgeous bra here, gorgeous girls wear gorgeous underwear, and then the matching thong. I personally just prefer thongs for comfort, and so there's no VPL lines. If you prefer like briefs and more coverage, then they do have stuff for you as well. Let's talk about this detail though. There's like a little gold metal heart just in the front there, which is so pretty. And something I'm always worried about with like lacy bras and bralettes is that they are not going to have enough support. This 100% does. It is so nicely structured, and not to mention like when you have this on, it just looks stunning. You can really see the detail of the like floral lace. Makes me feel super confident. I love it so much. Just checking, they do have it available in black, obviously white, red, and a hot pink. I was very tempted by the hot pink, but I stuck to what I know and what I love, which is neutrals. Their sizes range all the way from 30A up to 36G. And also with their thong sizes, they start at extra small and go all the way to extra large. And so if you want to get your hands on this set, it's gonna have 25% off. 25% off, so now is the time. Make sure you don't miss out. Full price is £40 and it will be going down to 30. Next up, I know Valentine's Day has been and gone. I wanted a really cute little red matching set. This is another favorite style of mine as well. This like triangle mesh style. You can tell I'm like really getting into the mesh. Recently, I definitely have been leaning more towards like bralette style bras. It has this like gold clasp at the front, which again just like screams high quality. I love the branding on the band. Yes, look at the little hearts. This is stunning. So this is their Love Heart mesh triangle set. This is also available in black. This is going to be 20% off. So starting at £35 and going all the way down to £28. Okay, the next set I'm gonna show you, I feel like is such a classic lounge set. Whenever people think of lounge underwear, we all love the bamboo classic triangle sets. These are just the comfiest thing. They are extremely flattering. Just find myself leaning towards comfort now when it comes to underwear. I will say I got all of my bras and bralettes in size small or 30D, and all of my underwear in size small. These also come in so many colors. The band is just so nice and thick. and stretchy. This bad boy is going to be 25% off. Full price, it's £40 for the set, and it will be going down to £30. I wanted to go for like a perfect white everyday bra that matched my style and everything. So here we have the most stunning lacy bra. It's got this like V detail in the front, which is gorgeous. And this is the Royal Balcony bra, available in black, white, red, hot pink, navy, and turquoise. This just fits me so well. The lace is stunning. The material feels so lovely on the skin. And then again, you like have to get the matching sets with Lounge. Otherwise, you're missing out because it looks so cute. And when you have a matching set, you feel so put together. So this is gonna have 20% off. Full price for the set is £50 and it's gonna go down to £40. I am so in love with the gorgeous sets that Lounge have sent me. There's just something so nice about having matching underwear and feeling super comfortable and confident in your underwear. My link in the description bar to go shop at Lounge. Do not miss out on their sale. And yeah, thank you so much to Lounge for sponsoring this part of the video. Is not for you. Cheers. I can't remember the last time I did a Q&A catch up on my channel. I definitely do them a lot more on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, by the way, go ahead. For dinner tonight, I made something ridiculously easy, but I was craving this all day. So we have kimchi, tofu, avocado, and some sushi rice. Let's try it. Okay, so I asked you guys to send in some questions on Instagram. Also, for those of you who are maybe new, our community has grown a little bit in the past few months, which is really exciting. So maybe this is, I don't know, just a nice way to get to know me a little bit better. Okay, we're gonna start with a quick, easy one. Are you and Will married? No, we are together. We've been together for almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years this June, but not married. Will you ever consider getting another puppy? For those of you who don't know, oh, you can see him. Let me move this because that's a lot cuter. I have a little Dachshund puppy called Mochi. Well, he's not a puppy anymore actually. He's like 14 months, thereabouts. So he's a big boy. Listen, would I get another puppy? Yes, in a heartbeat, but not right now. Me and Will like to discuss it as a joke quite a lot actually. But having 2 puppies like in this flat would be an absolute nightmare. I think it's easy to kind of forget as well how hard it was when he was a puppy and having sleepless nights, so many accidents in the house everywhere. I really wanted him to have like a little sibling. Would it be another Dachshund? I think so. At what age did you move out and how did you find it? So I moved out after I had graduated and I moved in with Will. We've been dating for I think like over a year at that point. How old was I? 20, 21, which in my opinion isn't that young. I know it really differs between cultures. So many of my friends would go to uni straight after school and they would be like 17, 18, they would move away for uni. After high school, I just stayed at home. By the time it came to actually moving out and living with Will, I definitely felt it was just time for me to have my own space, be independent, actually learn how to cook. Somewhat related, what are your future plans for your house in Edinburgh and flat in London? So for those of you who don't know, it was about 2 years ago. Yeah, oh my god, it's coming up to 2 years. And me and Will bought our first house in Edinburgh, which was a really exciting time. It also kind of coincided with when COVID was really starting. We were in the first lockdown. Then I got a job in London at the end of last year. It wasn't like we bought that house with the intention of that being our forever home. And so right now, even though we are renting this flat in London, our house up in Edinburgh is being rented out. So we are landlords, which is very odd to say. Next step would be to buy in London. I'm just really unsure of when that will be. Could be a year, could be 2 years. We're not in a rush. I think we'd rather wait until we can get somewhere that's worth it. I got quite a few questions about like trips, summer plans for this year. I'm actually going to France on Saturday, which is mad because I have not left the UK throughout this whole pandemic. I'm going with some girls who I've never met before apart from one. One of them is like a really close friend of mine from Edinburgh, but she invited me to go along with her. But yeah, we're going skiing in Grenoble. Which is so exciting. I definitely will be vlogging it. And then in summer, I want to go see my family in Colombia, but that's a big trip, so we'll see. How are you genuinely doing? Do you feel more settled, stressed, okay? Generally, definitely very happy with the move, this transition, my new job, the flat. My job's not even that new anymore. I've been there for like almost half a year. This week, for example, I'm quite stressed just because I have this holiday coming up I need to prep stuff for. I have 2 videos to film and edit. If you guys know anything about me, I like to take my time with editing. So this might be a more stripped back video. I hope you don't mind. My work is just busy, but I wouldn't have it any other way. But yes, obviously like moving, new city, starting a new job, that's gonna come with stress, anxiety. Yeah, but genuinely I am doing okay. I'm happy. Have you ever suffered from mental health issues? If you're comfortable sharing. I feel extremely blessed that I haven't actually, at least definitely not severely. This is maybe hard to admit now, but when I was younger, like young teenager, I wouldn't fully understand the difference between someone having a bad day and someone who was like suffering from mental health issues. And I look back on that mindset of mine and I think that's a dangerous mindset to have, and it's not considerate, it's not sympathetic at all. My standpoint, I guess, how I'm going to answer this question is I'm lucky that I have never seriously suffered from mental health issues, but I think it's always important to educate yourself because it's obviously extremely common. There's going to be people in your lives who do suffer from mental health issues. Awareness, knowing how to support people, it's all very important. Does your work support you doing YouTube? This is a good question. YouTube is how I got my job. So I'm a social media manager, if anyone doesn't know that. To be honest, like I'm also more just sort of in the marketing world. So because I work for a startup, there's only like me and one other person on the marketing team, and she's my boss. So I do a lot of other little bits in the marketing world. Yeah, every now and then they like trip me up. Someone will say a comment and it's because they've seen it in one of my videos and I'm like, I forget people watch my videos. Do you want to go full-time with YouTube, content creating, 10-year plan? There's a lot of questions about career plans and just future plans. I actually find it a little bit unsettling, what's the right word? Frustrating, I guess, that I really like don't know where I'll be / where I want to be in the next 5 years. Don't get me wrong, I have an idea. It would be nice to feel kind of successful in something, kind of added value. I don't know, it's a hard question. I'm not even sure if doing YouTube full time is the answer. How do you balance work and your relationship? How to keep it romantic and not roommate vibes? I think no matter how long you've been together, how long you've been dating, still making time for like date night, really setting time aside to like purposely spend your time together, because I think it's easy when you live together, like you're gonna see each other, you know, every morning, every night, but sometimes you're not spending that like quality time together. And so just planning a nice romantic date night every week or something definitely is a way to kind of keep that romance alive. And so I think communication is key if you ever are feeling a bit friendly or that romance is not as much there as it used to be. I think a strong relationship, you would feel comfortable talking about that. And then quite a few questions about, are we living with someone else? What's it like living with someone else? I'm sure most of you know we're living with Will's sister, Belle. I definitely wouldn't say it's like living with a friend or a stranger, because she is family. She's literally Will's family, and then I look at her as family as well. There is a level of feeling comfortable in the flat and everything. As I touched on, I've never lived with a roommate who wasn't like Will, obviously. And even living with Belle, yeah, it's different. You have to be considerate of some things I probably wouldn't be as considerate with if it was just me and Will, like cleaning. Do you see yourself in London long term? Do you want kids there? Want to live anywhere else? And then I got another question about like, do you plan to have kids in London, raise them in London? I definitely want kids. I'm so broody sometimes. Very excited to be a mom, and I think it's, you know, his fault. But also very much recognize that now is not the right time at all. London for now is the plan. I don't think we'll stay in London forever. But yeah, I can imagine having kids here and them growing up here. It would be expensive, so we'll see. What did you study at university? I have quite a few questions like that. So I studied music, performance specifically. I didn't actually technically go to university, though I do have an honors degree. When it came to the final years of high school, I was like, I'll just go do business at like Edinburgh Uni, and yeah, that's sensible. And then it came to writing my personal statement, and all my experience and extracurricular activities and everything were music related. And I was kidding myself by trying to convince myself that I wanted to go do business. I really did want to go do music. So led to believe in the education system right now that like, you need to go do something stable. You need to go to uni after school. At least this was my experience in high school. And then me and my friend, who was my best friend at the time, we were both very musical and did all that together. And we were like, why don't we just go do music? That's what makes us happy right now in that moment, like what I wanted to do for a job. I know if I had gone and studied like business, I would have still been curious about the music thing and like where that could have taken me. And I was saying all of that, I'm not even doing music right now. And that's okay. I don't regret studying music. That's another question I got. Do you think you'll ever use your music degree? Do you regret your music degree? I really don't. I think that degree, especially like going and performing and all of that, it taught me a lot to really push myself out of my comfort zone. I'm definitely the person I am today because of that. You know, it's a shame that I'm not out there singing, gigging anymore. But I'm okay with it. I'm actually really happy with where I am. My whole like YouTube social media journey. What I'm doing now is just as satisfying creatively as performing on stage. I don't know, it's a weird one. I think a lot of people maybe think that I feel I've failed myself. And I get a few comments like that from like friends I haven't seen in a few years, from like family. Why aren't you doing music? Like what happened? And I obviously went to go study music with the intention of like being a singer. One of life's lessons is like there's something so powerful in knowing when to quit something and just when to go put your energy and focus on something else. I don't know, part of me knew I was never gonna get to the stage where I wanted to with singing and performing, and especially like graduating with a performance degree and then there being a pandemic. I literally couldn't go do what I was educated and skilled in. I had to go do something else. And I'm proud of myself for where I am right now. Like I got a job in London because I started a YouTube channel like 2 years ago. One other question was, yeah, do I think I'll ever use my degree? Would I ever go back into music and singing? Maybe. Like it's sad. I literally like don't sing anymore. I sing in the shower. But I don't have time right now. Like I really don't. And the music industry is still, it's not the same. Never say never. Like I definitely like to think that I would go into it some other way. I don't see it being like full-time. I'm gonna go touring and I don't know. Life can be so unpredictable. Ever had a broken heart? I actually haven't, which I'm very lucky. I can't imagine going through heartbreak. Like I actually can't even imagine it. I had been with a couple of people before Will. For context, like I got together with Will when I was 19, so that's quite young. And so the people before him, I wasn't like properly in love with, not like how I know love today. Thoughts on that girl trend? I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've never hopped on that trend of like that girl morning routine. I know a lot of my content is very like that girl-y vibe kind of thing, but I've never gone ahead and put it in the title. I don't really have an issue with it. I think there's obviously a lot of people think it's quite toxic and that toxicity behind it can be damaging. But as content creators are not solely responsible for how you consume media, how it affects you. We can put a disclaimer on everything, but it's effectively your decision what you click on. Now, like that is me really simplifying it, I know. I don't have an issue with that particular trend. I think especially if you're trying to bring the concept in a way where it's about just being the best version of you, being a healthier version, being a happier version. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's obviously when it turns into comparison when it's unhealthy, right? I got a couple questions asking, am I fully British? I don't look fully British. I am half British. From my dad's side, I'm a mix of like just English, Scottish, I think Irish as well in there. And then the other half is Colombian, which I have always been very proud of. I always thought it was really cool because no one I knew was Colombian growing up, and I have a lot of family over there. I don't speak fluent Spanish. Puedo hablar español, pero no como perfecto. Tengo que practicar un poco más. No sé. But yeah, I'm very proud of that side of my culture. Another question I got, which I think is such an interesting question, I'm particularly intrigued by this question because I never spoke about it growing up, and that is, what was it like growing up mixed race in the UK? I'm gonna say straight off the bat, like looking at me, I'm quite white. I have aspects of like Latina. I have really dark eyes and my natural hair is really dark. But to some people, I definitely can pass as white and British. So yeah, I never felt super different. I was always really proud to bring it up or touch on it that I was half Colombian. Just having spoken to other people who grew up mixed in the UK was a thing of like not 100% feeling like you belonged to either culture, or sometimes you just wouldn't feel that connected to one side of your background. And so whenever I went to Colombia to go visit my family, for someone who lives in the UK and has grown up in the UK, Colombia's a different world. It's amazing, it's beautiful. I would go over there and I would feel so British, like so British. In my mannerisms and the way I act and the way I spoke, and my Spanish is quite broken. And so there was that kind of thing where I felt like I could never fully portray my personality to my family who only speak Spanish. I kind of always sound like a kid, and I still do. There were also a few things like in high school, kids learn about Colombia and you know, what it's known for. Things like that would come up. I don't think it's fair to say I've experienced racism. I just like don't feel comfortable saying that in comparison to the really horrible examples of racism we see every day. The thing I've had was just being like overly sexualized by boys in high school. Yeah, just being called certain things that maybe were meant as a compliment. Latina MILF was one that I was called in high school. A full understanding or grasp of what that was, what that meant when I was that age, and I kind of felt like I couldn't complain about it, but it also made me feel uncomfortable. Generally though, I'd rather focus on the good than bad with this question, so I have always been very proud of being mixed. So many questions about pros and cons to living in London, like London recommendations. I'm gonna start off this question by saying, can you guys please recommend places? I feel like I haven't been here long enough. A massive pro is obviously like opportunities, especially in regards to work, depending on what you do, and just access to so much, just feeling like you're part of something way bigger than you, and the fact that there's always something to explore, there's always something new to do. There's so many people here, such a diverse city. Cons, it goes without saying, but like you literally step out your front door and 40 pounds falls out your ass. Cost of living here is just extortionate. Oh, it can take a while to get around. It is now somehow 10 p.m. My voice feels weird. I've been talking for so long. I think I actually have made my way through most of the questions. So I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out Lounge. Sorry, it's quite different to my other videos, a lot more stripped back. Thank you for this quality time. Good night.